Translation Theory, Strategy, and Procedures. Before we discuss translation theory, let's look into what exactly is a theory. A theory is a belief, a policy, or procedure proposed or followed as the basis of an action. To understand this, simply look at the example. Any form of method or strategy is going to be based upon your theory. From the example, we see her method is based on the theory that all children want to learn. Now, what exactly is translation theory? According to Newmark, translation theory is in reality neither a theory nor a science, but it is a body of language that we possess about the process of translation or that we are going to acquire about the process of translation. Therefore, it is kind of analogy that is the science of translation. But he doesn't prefer to call it translatology or traductology because the terms sound too pretentious. Alright? Bell categorizes the theory of translation into three: theory of translation as a process, theory of translation as a product, and theory of translation as both a process and a product, which is an amalgam of the above two categories. The first category studies translation as a process and how various things happen during this process, along with the process of encoding and decoding of meaning. Whereas the theory of translation as a product deals with translated texts, and it merely means that the text is going to be analyzed linguistically in depth. Okay? Now, moving on to strategy. According to Oxford Dictionary, strategy is a plan that is intended to achieve a particular purpose. Okay? At this point, you can pause the PPT, all right? Sorry, the video, and then you can read out this whole slide by yourself. What you need to remember basically about translation strategy is that translation strategy is a comprehensive and an overall approach to translation. All right, what is the main thing or main idea that you have regarding your translation? Let's take an example that whether you are going to domesticate the text or you're going to foreignize the text, that is going to be your strategy. All right. Now, moving on to the last part, that is the procedure. So, your procedure generally stands for the usual and the correct way of doing something. Like you want to achieve a goal, your goal is your strategy. How you ought to achieve your goal, following some smaller steps. These smaller steps are going to be your procedures and your methods. All right. Now, look at this diagram. All right, you have your main idea, your main approach, your main purpose. That is your aim. Okay, so my main aim is, let's suppose I want to translate something. So, how am I going to do this? What is my overall approach to this aim of translation? Again, let's consider the same example. Am I going to domesticate this text or am I going to retain its foreign color? I'm going to foreignize this text. That is my strategy. That's my main approach to my purpose of translation. All right. So how am I going to domesticate this thing or how am I going to foreignize this thing? I'm going to follow certain procedures. My procedures could be addition, omission, borrowing, etc. All right, these are my smaller steps which I am following to obtain my desired result. These are my procedures. All right. I hope you understand the basic ideas about translation as a theory, strategy, and a procedure. For further details, you can refer to more videos. Thanks for your time.